Hello and welcome to another update video about RUNE. Yeah, RUNE I really only so far analyzed from a higher level, but it is quite interesting chart because it behaves a bit different than other cryptos. You can see those three characteristic spikes here, and I just would like to take you through what we have here in terms of the Elliott Wave count. What is the case, and that is what I mentioned in previous videos as well, is that I believe that we made here a wave 1 on the 18th of June. That was the peak of the wave 1, a first impulse, and that we're now coming down here in this wave 2, and you can see that we're making with each high a lower high. This is a wave 2, a corrective wave, yeah, which consists also of various subwaves, and it's not really important to understand the entire chart history, but what I can tell you is that we are here in a more complex correction, as you can probably tell. So the first low here on the 20th of July, I think it was around about that time, this was a wave W, and let me just adjust here the font size, wave W, which is a first corrective wave down. We moved then up in a wave X, which is another corrective wave. It's a so-called double zigzag, that WXY pattern, and that here where the wave 2 will finish, the wave Y will finish. Why? Why? Because WXY is part of wave 2. Okay, so what next? Then it makes sense to really look at the last element here, the last bit of this correction. And by the way, a WXY pattern is actually it's actually very common, especially in modern markets. It's a normal ABC correction is oftentimes too simple. Yeah, so everybody knows now ABC. So basically that is why you often see a WXY, which is a bit more complex. So what we've seen then here within that wave Y is an ABC. Yeah, because the WXY pattern consists of various ABCs, you could say, right? So we've seen here the low of the wave A on the, I think it was the 22nd of January. So that was a wave A, and I'll make that another color, maybe white. A, oops. So that was the wave A. Yeah, again, part of that. That was the first corrective wave within the wave Y. Then we had a wave B peak that was here at $12 and no, pretty much $13. That was wave B. And we're now moving down in a wave C. The wave C will be finished when the wave Y will be finished as well. So ABC is what makes up wave Y. And now it will be very interesting what is actually going on here in that last leg down. And for that we can zoom in a little bit, and we possibly better go to the 4-hour chart where we see better the subwaves, what's going on, because we want to know how long is this correction going on for, and where are we in terms of the Elliott wave count, what can we expect next. And then it's important to label this last leg down here. So we had the wave B up here, and this is a wave C. So in a wave C, again, you have 5 waves, you have 5 subwaves, and the way we can count this is that we obviously came down here very strongly in a wave 1. So make that again a different color. Maybe let's choose green. That was a wave 1 here. And then we came up in a wave 2. A very clear 3-wave move here. A, B, C. Yeah, so again, this was just here an A, B, C move in the wave 2. I'm gonna take the subwaves out because it gets a bit too messy then. Then we moved down here in a wave 3, and for the wave 3 we assume the low here. So the wave 3 is normally the strongest wave, yeah, and then we moved up in a wave 4. We currently can assume possibly the wave 4 to be complete, and I'll zoom in again, yeah, so we can put the wave 4 somewhere up here, and we get into the detail here in a minute. And then we would still expect, as you can then probably tell, another wave 5 to the downside. And this wave 5 could then complete the overall correction here for RUNE to the downside. And however, at the moment we still see here further downside potential. So yeah, what we really need to see here, what is happening now in this, and we can go to the 1 hour chart really, what is really happening here in the very last bit from the wave 3 low here, which was at $2.40, pretty much $2.38. Yeah, is this wave 4 already finished? So we cannot probably say that for sure. My preferred way of looking at this is probably in terms of the wave 4 not being finished yet, that we will see the wave 4 somewhere up here, and we can calculate the ideal target area for this wave 4 actually. So the blue area here is where we expected RUNE to land in anyway in this wave 2. Now you can see we are in this area. This is the area between, let me just zoom out again, just to make that very clear. The blue target area is the target area for the overall correction. In this case, probably better put that on the chart, the Fibonacci retracement levels. So make that a bit larger. So the fib levels here from $2.82 to $5. So we've come into that area. Looking at the entire chart, I might actually, and because that is what I've done for other cryptos now as well, actually start at 0. It doesn't make a major difference to the chart, but it moves the fib levels down a bit because it is RUNE's first wave 1. Yeah, so you draw normally a fib retracement, especially for this overall move from the low, and if it is the first wave 1, you start at 0 to wave 1. And then the retracement levels are what is important, and where you can then understand, okay, in a wave 2, you would normally, especially for altcoins, move into the area between $2.50 and $4.73, which is basically the 88.7% fib level and the 78.6. Why do I move it? Well, basically, because if it is the first wave, then you start at 0 with the fibs, which is what I've done now. And the price is adhering very well currently, and yeah, respecting that 88.7% fib level. So it is respecting the 250 level, and therefore we can do it like that. It makes it just more likely. I could also start here where I did just now, but then you would see you see the 88.7 level already broken quite a few times. And that just for me then is more likely that actually the 88.7% fib level should be at, just move that back, should be at 250, because the price is respecting that fib level quite well. Okay, so we've drawn the fibs, and this is the blue target area for the end of the overall correction. Higher level, yeah. So technically the minimum requirements for the completion of the correction are complete, and theoretically RUNE could now start to move up to new all-time highs. However, the lower level wave count does not yet suggest that, and therefore we can expect another lower low. And that might just go below the blue target area, then below 250. That's fine if it doesn't take too long. If it doesn't stay too long down there, that's fine, that price. Because any crypto that moves below the 250 level, or no, not below the 250, but below the 88.7% fib level, which is 250 on the RUNE chart, it's not healthy for the chart. It's just not healthy, especially if the price stays in that area for too long. But what do we have here in terms of the chart structure at the moment? So from the wave 3 to the wave 4, I think this is a WXY, WXY, and then we take a look at the target area for this wave 4. So W, the wave X would be here, and then as long as we don't break the wave X low, we are still expecting the wave Y to the upside, and the wave Y would complete the wave 4 up here. The wave that is currently coming down here, it has not broken the low, so the wave X low is at 265. Below that pattern here would be invalidated, and we can expect lower prices, possibly down to 250, and possibly then also down to 236, where we would break the wave 3 low. But at the moment, primarily, I would still expect higher levels in this wave Y. And where would the wave Y go? It would be the ideal level for a wave 4 retracement. So if you've been following me for a while, you will know where that is. So we draw the fibs from the beginning of the wave 3 to the low of the wave 3. And then the wave 4 retracement would actually be, and here we can see the volatility of this coin, where it comes from. The ideal retracement level for a wave 4 would actually be here between 523 and 612. So that's quite a bit of a move. So between the 38.2% fib level and the 0.5 fib level. So should ideally go into this area, which would be actually quite a bit of a move. Now that is one scenario. Quite a bit of a move, I must be honest with you. I find it actually more likely. If we only move to the 23.6% fib level at $4.12. Two reasons for that. I think the wave Y would be way too long in comparison to the wave W. It would be way too long. So I don't see that happen at all, that we get into that area. I think $4.12 is sort of realistic given the length of the wave W. One target for the wave Y is the 100% extension of the wave W. We can just calculate that by using the Fibonacci extensions. That would be 376. But another target is here, the 1.618, so $4.45. So if it is in between that, that is fine. And therefore, I find it more likely that the wave Y will land somewhere here. So in that region between, I could just put it on the chart again, between 376 and 445. I think the yellow area up there is way too high. That is how I can currently see this play out. An alternative would be that we have this whole chart actually as a triangle, that the wave 4 here is a triangle, that we are here in something like an A, B, C, D, E triangle. In that scenario, and I'll put it on the chart as well, A, B, C, D, E. So let me just check that. Yeah. So again, also in this scenario, I would actually expect a little bit of a move up. Not that much though. Here in this scenario would be constrained to 329 because we cannot move above 329. We cannot move above the wave C high. This would invalidate the triangle. So that means very clearly, I think first of all, we would assume that we are in a triangle. And if we move above 329, we would go to the other scenario, the WXY, and you would look at higher prices in the range that I just given you. So these two key levels, these two key scenarios can be playing out here. So either the wave 4 as a triangle or as a WXY. If triangle gets invalidated, we are in a WXY. So it gives you two price targets, and you know if the wave E goes higher than expected, we are in the WXY, and that gives you your next price target. We can assume that there will be support at the wave B low down here at 266. That's what how I currently see it. And if this is really the case and the wave D is here at the low, then we would expect now the price to move up into the wave E range before we then, however, break that triangle to the downside, because you would expect the triangle to break out to the opposite side of the wave E, and then we can start an impulsive move down. Something like that. Wrong proportions here, of course, but yeah, a bit like that. Okay. And this would then finish off the wave 2, wave Y, wave C, wave 5. So hopefully that made sense, and you know now about the key scenarios here. Could the low already be in? Yes, but very, very unlikely. Very unlikely for RUNE. I think we will see a lower low. That structure is not bullish. Yeah, clearly not. Without Elliott waves, you would also just consider that a bear flag here. Trend continuation pattern. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at here. Yeah, so we are still not there where we need to be in terms of finishing off the correction. Technical requirements completed, especially on the long run to complete the correction, but the short time frame wave count just doesn't suggest it yet. So hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.